Mr. Speaker, when the NDP government came to power in 1999, they promised to balance the budget. In 2008, because this NDP government had failed to put Manitoba's fiscal house in order, they passed legislation so that they would only have to balance the budget every 4 years. In 2010, they failed to keep even this watered-down promise. And again, legislation was changed to allow the government to excuse their own failures. After 14 years of failures, Mr. Speaker, why on earth would the people of Manitoba now trust the NDP government to honor their current fiscal promises?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I want to take the opportunity to congratulate the member for River Heights on what I know was a very exciting and a very well-earned night of tribute that happened last night in the city. This government, since coming to power, did balance the budget 10 times. And when around the world we were going into economic uncertainty, when around the world there was a crash all over the world, there was a recession going on, Mr. Speaker. And at the time, I remember that the opposition, I remember very clearly the member for Tuxedo said that what we should do in the face of that is cut deeply into the services that matter to Manitobans, that we should cut $500 million out of the budget. Every province, including the federal government.
Please. The honourable minister's time has expired.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the Deputy Premier for her comments about last night. And yes, it was a great night with Justin Trudeau at the reception, and then former Prime Minister Jean Chrétien in great form at the event.
And your boss was there too.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, not only in fiscal matters has this government failed to deliver.
I keep trying.
When the Broadbent Institute recently rated provincial governments for delivering on social well-being to their populations, Manitoba was found to be at the bottom of the barrel. Manitoba, under this NDP government, has done very poorly on such basic measures as infant mortality and educational scores compared to other provinces. What is the NDP government's explanation for 14 years of failing to deliver on their promises to improve social well-being in Manitoba?
Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to hear that the federal leader was in town, the federal Liberal leader. My pastel invitation must have gone missing to that event. I will say to the member opposite that there are, of course, big challenges in Manitoba. There always have been. But we have moved forward. We've moved forward by doing things like increasing the minimum wage every year we've been in office. And that means that those minimum wage earners, 2/3 of whom are women, Mr. Speaker, they are able to earn more money for their families. We've caught up on the minimum wage, and we're proud of those accomplishments, Mr. Speaker. We have a lot left to do. That's absolutely true. In the recent health study that was released, we saw that Manitobans are living longer, they're living healthier lives. Not all Manitobans, that's true. We have a lot that we have to do for those that don't yet share the prosperity of our province. That's exactly why we're investing in skills.
Order, please. The honourable minister's time has expired.
Mr. Speaker, not only is this government failing on economic issues and social issues, but they're taking a balanced approach. They're failing on environmental issues as well. Mr. Speaker, today, Lake Winnipeg is still the most threatened lake on our planet. Yet in 2003, this NDP government said they would clean up Lake Winnipeg in 2 or 3 years. Now, the year before that, this NDP government said they would meet. Indeed, they promised to exceed their Kyoto targets by 2010. You know, this was later put in legislation, although, of course, they delayed it then till 2012. Now, a year ago, the Premier had to acknowledge his failure in keeping even this belated commitment as well.
Order, please. The honourable member's time has expired.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I join other members in recognizing the contributions of the member. We also join in recognizing the new leader of the Liberal Party. We welcome her to the chamber. We notice, by the way, that the former Liberal leader, though, doesn't welcome her all the way and doesn't allow her to run for a seat in the chamber. So the welcoming goes so far, but so far so good. So, Mr. Speaker, I think that maybe some of the contributions that we didn't hear about last night that the member was recognized for excluded perhaps is his ignoring of the challenges of Lake Winnipeg when he actually had his hands on the steering wheel in Ottawa as the member responsible in the House of Commons for science and technology, when in fact the Department of the Environment, and in fact the Department of Fisheries and Oceans was actually decimated when that member sat and looked at it and represented communities.
Order, please. The honourable minister's time has expired.